What is going on, everyone? I am the Yu-Gi-Oh! Scrub, but as always, you can call me Bailey if you are subscribed. That's the condition today. And like over 1,100 of you are, but I need more. I need 1 billion. Hit that button, like the video, comment, share, all that good jazz. Today, I don't know, I don't want to say a beef, but there's a fantastic Yu-Gi-Oh! Creator that goes by Gigavi's Dionysus Young Puds posting awesome hype beast Giga Chad Gigavi's content nearly every day, if not every day, on his channel. Fantastic Edison content, great Gigavi's player. But the problem I have is he loves his plants. He loves his Giga Plant. He loves his Lone Fire, Dandelion, Super Solar Nutrient, all the plant stuff. But like, come on. The best plant everyone knows, it's Mystic Tomato. Who doesn't love a nice vegetable? Mystic Tomato is the best plant, and I'm here to prove it today with the deck I've put together of Tomato Control. We're going to see how it goes. Obviously, this is GOAT format, not Edison, but let's just talk about it real fast. Of course, Tomato Control, we're going to run triple Mystic Tomato, the best plant to ever exist in all of Yu-Gi-Oh! Greatest target of all time from Mystic Tomato, the one of Sangan. We also got a Reaper, and then I love this little tech here. We have 3 Dark Mimic level 1s and the Dark Mimic level 3. The way this works, if you don't know, obviously, just a regular flip monster. If it's flipped face up, you draw a card. But say your opponent runs into a Mystic Tomato with, I don't know, a Blade Knight, whatever. It can be any card. And then you float into the Dark Mimic level 1. In the standby phase on your turn, you then get to make a Dark Mimic level 3, which will be able to draw you 2 cards. So it becomes a little bit of a plus. It's a kind of interesting combo. Is it the greatest thing in the world? No, but, if we're running Mystic Tomatoes, might as well run this Dark Mimic package. 1 New Doria, because it's a pretty good removal option that can be floated into. And then, arguably the most underrated but best card in GOAT format, Cyberstein. It's also a target for Mystic Tomato. Because it's a control deck, I'm only running the 1, and I'm not really making it the focus of the deck, because 5,000 life points is a lot to pay. Especially one in GOAT format, 5,000 if you're not really an OTK deck. It's not great to pay because, one, if you're below 5,000, you just can't do it. But also, we're trying to control the game, and if we go too low, then my opponent might be able to steal a win from us. We also got 2 Gravekeeper Spies, which in theory can be floated into. Maybe you float into it and then turn it to defense, or you flip it with Tsukiyomi or Book of Moon, something like that, and then flip it up and get the second Spy. We're just running the 2 of it because, a little bit more defense. Cards for Sangan to float into, the Sinister Serpent, along with a bunch of other stuff, Tsukiyomi, stuff like that. But this is our discard fodder. The Sinister Serpent and triple Thunder Dragon, because we can have tribute fodder on the field because of the Mystic Tomato, keeping cards on the field. And this just allows us to, have good light level 5s to use with a couple Metamorphosis. We also have 1 Zaborg, just because, we need some more lights for the 1 BLS, because obviously you can only run 1, and it's one of the best cards in the format. 1 Tsukiyomi, and then finally the 1 of Breaker, because it's just a fantastic card. The Trinity, doesn't need any introduction. Pot, Graceful Charity, Delinquent Duo. Running the Heavy Storm, Mystical Space Typhoon as well. Premature, and Snatch. Just the great 1 of spell cards. Double Nobleman, 1 Mind Control, double Metamorphosis, Book of Moon, just a couple other good, nice utility spells. The 4 staple traps, I guess maybe called Haunted's not quite a staple, and there are some decks that don't run them all, but like the 4 best traps in the format that are at 1, and then double Regeki Breaks. We have some good discard fodder, and because we can search the Sinister Serpent with Sangan, and Sangan's pretty accessible because of the Mystic Tomato, that's why we're running the Regeki Breaks. We have some I was gonna say Sasuke. I've been watching a lot of Naruto videos recently. Sakuretsu Armor in the side deck just for the Warrior matchup, but I don't even know if we need it because we also have double New Doria just so we can bring all this stuff in. A 3rd Spy. For any GOAT stuff, we have the Asura Priests and Recruiters, Tribe Infecting Virus, Token Thanksgiving. We have a lot of hate. Even the 1 Mataza, the Zapper, just in case we need to float into it with the Mystic Tomato. I don't know if the side deck's great. You guys know me. My side decks are meh. But let's just go ahead and go join the GOAT format ladder and prove that Mystic Tomato is by far the best plant to ever exist. And it's gonna be stupid right now. It's spinning, it's going to tell me that I'm disconnected or something. No, it actually just works. All right, thank you. If you guys don't know, though, go check out the Gigavi's channel, because ultimately it is a fantastic channel. Great commentary, really like listening to him speak. Great player and fun. Kind of, I don't want to say like me. We both are solo commentary channels, but we just kind of talk and, a little bit of rambling, have maybe a story or something we want to talk about as we play, though no one wants to see him play. And there we go. There's our opponent. But yeah, and the opponent was scared of the tomato. See, he knows that tomato's the greatest plant to ever play, No Giga Plants allowed. So let's go ahead and wish my opponent some luck and fun. To say hello, we are playing Olicon TGH, and he hits us with a Delinquent Duo right away. He rolls the dice, hitting 5, getting the Zaborg out of our hand, and I think Call of the Haunted maybe is going to be the best. No, we'll go Cyber's Time, because we can get it back with Call of the Haunted. I was thinking Call might be the best because we could discard these Borg, but we already have Light and Dark and Grave now because of the Delinquent Duo, and he has Graceful Charity as well. But we have our own Graceful opening hand right now after the Delinquent Duo is Mirror Force, Call, Graceful Charity. Mirror Force might be able to get us a plus and help us get back into this game, but we will just have to wait and see. I got a nice black coffee next to me. Fantastic. I love myself some coffee, love myself some caffeine, but it's a little too hot right now. How do you guys make your coffee in the morning? Me, if you guys know what a mocha pot is, I believe it's like Italian. Draw Regeki break for turn. And do we want to just set something? Breaker's gone. No, we're just going to use Graceful Charity right away. Fire it off. Getting BLS, so we do get the BLS right away. Snatch Steal, Heavy Storm. Let's go ahead and discard Regeki breaks. We don't have discard fodder. And Call could be really great with the BLS. Do we really get rid of Heavy Storm? This is tough. Maybe Snatch Steal. Yeah. And I think... Let's see what he has. I'm going to start pushing for damage. I feel like I have to make some aggressive plays right now after getting Delinquent Duo'd first turn. Just hope it's not a Solemn Judgment. We hit him for 3k. We will set... Well, do we pro set heavy? We pro set heavy. We're playing aggressive and fun today. But yeah, how do you make your coffee in the morning? My way, the mocha pot, basically you put like water in a below chamber. A lower chamber, I should say. And then you put the coffee in a little like percolator, and then you heat up the water below it, and the water then steams through the coffee, and then gets caught in an upper chamber, and then you pour it, and it's fantastic. It's almost syrupy. It's like a thick coffee. I like French press as well. He special summons Z Metal Tank with frontline base, so he's playing frickin' Unions. Love this. He discards Heavy Storm to get rid of our own Heavy Storm. Okay, so fine with that. But, and he has returned from the different dimension, so really, really cool here. Limiter removal. Is that going to be coming our way? That's really the only way I see. There's the limiter. Okay. 3,000, 36, 48, 18, 36, 3,000. Okay, that's game. Yeah. Oh. Well, actually, no. We'll go gain 8,000 because he chose to attack in a different order. 36, 48. Okay, it's still game. The math is still math, and I just wanted to see. I was like, does that change anything? No. In my mind, like, I know that the way the math works, it would always be the same. Like, it doesn't change anything, the order you attack typically. Just because, like, all the numbers end up, you know, with subtraction. It's basically what is the law. Oh, God, I can't remember the math rule. But, like, you know, if you do addition and subtraction, ultimately it doesn't really make a difference the order in which you do things. So if you do, like, 30 minus 20 plus 4, like, it just all equals the same thing. Okay. What do we want to bring in here? Enough talking about math. The fact that he can pop stuff, machines. Let's take out the mind control. That's going to be bad. Bring in the spy. I think that's going to be decent. Maybe the new Dorias. I think Book of Moon's not fantastic. Maybe a Sakuretsu armor. No, we'll bring in Book of Moon, and I think Tsukiyomi's not going to be fantastic here. Okay, let's see how this goes. Maybe Tribe would have been good too, because he's obviously running a bunch of machines, but we'll see how this goes. Alright, maybe Nobleman's wouldn't be the best as well, but too little too late. We will just go ahead, I think, and set ourselves a Dark Mimic level 1. And we'll set the Call of the Haunted, just because in theory, kind of like the Mystic Tomato interaction I was talking about, we can, if he runs the Dark Mimic over, he sets a monster, but we'd be able to Call of the Haunted in like our draw phase, our standby phase, then Dark Mimic can get something powerful. Okay, so we draw a Thunder Dragon. That's pretty solid here. We will go ahead, I think, start by flip summoning the Dark Mimic level 1. He's Solemn Judgments. That seems a bit aggressive. Okay. I think then the play, do we attack with Thunder Dragon for 16? Basically, when I say attack, we Call of the Haunted, bring back Dark Mimic level 1, then Tribute for the Thunder Dragon. Well, first things first, let's discard Thunder Dragon and get ourselves 2 more before I Tribute for it and forget to search within our deck. Okay, so we get 2 Thunder Dragons. It's also good because we have the Regeki break. I think then we'll go ahead and Nobleman across out. Hitting a Dekoichi. Okay, that's a really, really nice hit. So glad we kept the Noblemans in. That makes sense too. It's probably a Chaos Return Machine deck. And I think then we will set the Gravekeeper's Spy and set Regeki break. We have discard fodder with the Thunder Dragon. Unfortunately for us, he does banish the Gravekeeper's Spy with his own Nobleman across out, but I'd rather that get banished, I think, than the Dark Mimic. Then summons Kaiku. We will go ahead, get rid of that Kaiku. I don't want to see that. Alright, and passes turn. Let's just see here. Okay, so it is during our standby, so do we think and draw? No, we're not going to do it. Not with the Breaker draw, because we're going to want to summon the Breaker and pop this back row anyways. It was a Mirror Force. That's a great hit. And we'll attack for 16. We have Call the Haunted still set. We have Snatch Steal, which might be able to steal us a win, plus Snatch Thunder Dragon, so we can always get the monster that we steal off of the field. He does a triple set. 1 monster, 2 back row. We get BLS, so that's nice. Standby main. We're going to make the somewhat aggressive play. Summon the BLS, and unless it's Judgment, we will then banish the Night Assailant with priority and attack. We could have put it in attack, I suppose, because Mirror Force is gone, but we weren't going to be attacking anyways. He takes 16 from the Breaker, and we'll pass turn. So, feeling really confident here. I think we got this game win. Return from the different dimension. He's got to pay half his life points. It's return, though, so only he gets to special summon. It's not dimension fusion. I don't get to special summon my banished monsters, which we do have a bunch of. But they get banished that were anything special summoned that gets banished in the end phase. Banished in end. They get banished. Yeah, okay. And seeing the Dekoichi, maybe Mind Control is decent. I'm going to take out the Cyber Dragon because he's, or the Cyber Dragon, Cyber Stein, because he's running a very aggressive deck. The Spy still is pretty good, I think. Going first, is Metamorphosis okay? Yeah, I think it's fine. Maybe 1 Dark Mimic. Yeah, I like this. Alright, so, game 3. Let's see what we can do. We open up New Doria, Regeki Break, Metamorphosis, Delinquent Duo, Sangan. I like seeing the Regeki Break Sangan, because we'll have access to Sinister Serpent, hopefully. And that's good discard fodder, as well as great Metamorphosis fodder. So we have some combos coming our way, and I like seeing the Graceful Charity get fired off before the Delinquent Duo. Because obviously Graceful is a great way to tutor. He's running the Heavy Mech Support platform. And the Swift Gaia. Okay, interesting deck. We draw Mystic Tomato for our turn. I think firing off Delinquent Duo is just the best here. We'll hit the middle card. I don't roll dice, I just hit the middle card. Hit Breaker, okay, I like that hit. Discards Nobleman and Breaker. And I think we just go ahead, summon Sangan, and try to swing for 1,000. And we will set the Regeki Break, simply because if he beats over this, then we can get the Sinister Serpent, and the Regeki Break is already live. And in theory, you know, maybe we need to use it. You know, he has an aggressive deck, maybe popping that one monster is going to protect our life points and save us. But we trade 1,000, I use 1,000 for Delinquent Duo, but he takes 1,000 from Sangan, so we're both at 7,000 right now, feeling alright about that. Let me take a quick sip of coffee, but I will not slurp, I know you guys hate that. Trying so hard not to, okay, so we'll take 1,500 more. But we will search the Sinister Serpent with our Sangan end phase. Z-Metal Tank will go to the graveyard. And I'm going to pop the new set. Frontline base, okay. We draw Breaker, Standby. We'll get Sinister back. And the question is here. Do we use Breaker? Or do we summon Newdoria, actually? What Newdoria allows us to do is basically trade 1 for 1 with whatever he summons, but if he does summon a bunch of monsters, Newdoria doesn't destroy the monster that destroyed it, it just destroys a card on the field. That also is important because, say my opponent had, like, a Gravekeeper Spy, I have Tomato and a Newdoria. If he runs into the Newdoria, Newdoria's mandatory has to pop something, so the Spy would go to the grave because it's 1,200, Newdoria goes to the grave, and I'd have to pop my own Mystic Tomato. Just something to pay attention to. You don't want to put yourself in a position where you have to pop your own monsters, obviously. But I think the opportunity for a plus here is just too good to pass up. He has a dark and light engrave. Okay, so although both noblemans are gone now, so we can freely set the Sinister Serpent if necessary, or the Newdoria, frankly. He's smashing grounds the Breaker. Does he have a monster to follow it up? Nope. He does not. We draw Thunder Dragon. Okay, so immediately discard this Thunder Dragon to get 2 more Thunder Dragons to our hand. And now, hey, you guys know what I think. Mystic Tomato, best plant ever. Let's go right in and just start doing Tomato Beatdown. We have Metamorphosis Sinister if we need to make the game a little bit slower. We draw Newdoria. Okay. I'm just going to keep going. No need to summon a monster. He Mirror Forces. That's fine by me. And I think I will go ahead and set the Newdoria. Alright. And we draw Nobleman across out. Fantastic draw. I think what we'll do here, he's already used Mirror Force, so we'll summon Newdoria. Activate Nobleman across out. GG. Oh, it was a Cyber Jar. Oh my goodness. And we'll swing for 24. He's not quitting yet, which is good. You never know what could happen. Summon Z-Metal Tank. There's not Z... God, I can't freaking speak. Summons the X-Head Cannon. We'll pop it. with Newdoria. We get Heavy Storm. Okay, so we'll fire off Heavy, and this is just game because we can tribute for... It was Dimension Fusion. We'll tribute for the Thunder Dragon and swing. GG's. Alright, see if he quickly says anything. Nope. Alright, and join for the match number 2. But, like, did you not see Mystic Tomato being the best plant of all time? Sure, Giga Plant recurs stuff from the graveyard, but wanna know what's better than recurring something from the graveyard? Getting something from your deck. Because it thins your deck, you can tutor for whatever you need, it's just so much better. And it's a freaking tomato. What is a Giga Plant anyway? Freaking Giga Chad? No. Giga Plant. The Giga Plant, the real Giga Plant, the Giga Chad plant is Mystic Tomato. You guys know that. And you better let Dionysus know. Go to his channel, subscribe, but every video you better tell him that Mystic Tomato and even Lord Poison is better. Best plants ever. Alright, opening hand, a lot of discard fodder here. We have Thunder Dragon, turning itself into 2 Thunder Dragons. So we have Double Thunder Dragon, Sinister Serpent, Dark Mimic level 3, Premature Burial, Mystic Tomato, Regeki Break. I think we go ahead, just summon the Mystic Tomato, set Regeki Break. We have great discard fodder, the Serpent and Double Thunder Dragon, making this Regeki Break not nearly as much of a neg card as it could be. He Delinquent Duos. That's fine. He does have to pay 1,000. Pay for duo. Yep. And he, with Mad Dog of Darkness, attacks our Mystic Tomato. But that's fine. It's going to get us... Unfortunately, we can't do the Dark Mimic play. But I think we can just go... Do we do Spirit Reaper? No, I think we go... Do we do Cyberstein? We do Cyberstein. We're going to go for an aggressive play. Main phase 2, just set 1 back row. God, he did 2. Okay. What do I want to do here? Do I pop back rows? I don't think I do. Alright, we draw Gravekeeper Spy. That's great because it's going to be able to protect us from this Mad Dog of Darkness. Standby. We'll get Sinister Serpent back to our hand. And I think I'm going to Regeki Break the middle back row. In standby, so we can obviously... And that is great, because it's a Mirror Force. Now we're going to declare, pay 5,000, add Master of Oz. So if you guys don't know there too, what you can do, click that button, because in GOAT format, there was no limit on the fusion deck. It wasn't even the extra deck, because it was only fusions. But there was no limit, so you could just do whatever you wanted. You know, you can add the cards. But the way that Dueling Book works, obviously you can't just put in like every single card into the fusion deck, so you just add it by clicking the little plus in the corner. But that is something to go. But you have to have cards in your extra deck, because if you don't have anything added when you start the match, there isn't even a view option, so you aren't able to add. Just things to know when you're coming on to Dueling Book. Alright, here, think. I think what we do is tribute the Cyberstein to protect our life points a little bit, summon the Thunder Dragon, and if we bring back Mystic Tomatoes, okay, so 42 over 19, 23 plus 16, 39 plus 14. I don't think we commit to the Premature Burial yet. He takes 23 and 16. Calling the Mad Dog of Darkness back. Okay. Main phase 2. We've already normal summoned, so that's going to be the end of our turn. I suppose we could set the Premature Burial, but I want to keep that. Goes to battle. We take 300. Getting a Sangan. Since nothing can attack over the Mad Dog of Darkness except the Master of Oz, we're going to try to swing in, which we do get to do. And now I think I will set the Sangan. Not summoning it because I don't want to lose to Torrential. But I feel like we're at a kind of parity here. Alright, so he's running like big beater normal monsters. We will search ourselves. Maybe Spirit Reaper. Yeah, we'll go Spirit Reaper. I think that's a pretty solid defense against this normal monster deck. We get Mirror Force. Still not going to commit a Torrential, or commit into the Torrential, so we'll just attack over. He takes 2300, and we will set Dark Mimic and Mirror Force and pass our turn. Dark Mimic level 3 still does get you 1 draw if it's destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard. But like I said, if it's special summoned by the effect of the... Okay, so we get Mind Control. That's actually fantastic. We'll Mind Control. Just clear the board. Insect Knight and attack. Alright, so let's bring in Sakuretsu Armors, bring in Nudoria's, Third Spy. What do we want to take out? Cyberstein seemed pretty good. Tsukiyomi doesn't seem too good. I mean, what am I doing? Flipping a normal monster. Mind Control is actually probably a little better than the Nobleman across out, so we'll take out Nobleman's. Book of Moon doesn't seem that powerful. What else? Maybe the Mind Control. Mind Control obviously came in clutch there, but I don't think it's really going to be that good. Zaborg seems pretty good. Maybe a Dark Mimic. Okay, let's go in with this. I mean, obviously respect to my opponent for playing a normal monster beatdown deck. It's the kind of deck I would play, but the unfortunate thing is there's not really much that works with normal monsters in GOAT format. Okay, Heart of the Underdog is one of the better cards. I mean, but sure, you get a ton of pluses, but what is it really for? You just get 1900 beaters, and if your opponent sets a spy, then it's all over. Alright, we get MST. I think here the play is going to be this is actually tough. Okay, let's think. If we MST the face down, that makes it so we can make the 1000 Dies Restrict, start attacking for 19. But then we're not going to be able to attack with much else. We can set Dark Mimic and Sakuretsu Armor and potentially MST Heart of the Underdog and keep him from getting pluses, but like... Yeah, I'm just going to MST Heart of the Underdog. I don't think there's really a bad play here. And then we'll set the Dark Mimic level 3. We're going to start with that one because I want to keep the level 1 Mimic just in case we need to Metamorphosis it in a little bit. Summons another 1900. That's fine. We will draw a card with the Dark Mimic, getting Pot of Greed. And, I mean, it's going to be a bunch of 1900 beaters. So we're just going to go ahead and Sakuretsu Armor, the other 1900 attack, protect our life points a little bit. We get the Heavy Storm, okay. We'll activate the Heavy right away. Soul Resurrection, Ring of Destruction, so happy to see those gone. Then we'll Pot of Greed, getting Call of the Haunted, Mystic Tomato. And what do we want to do here? I think we set Call, set Mystic Tomato. And we just try to run them out of resources. Tomato goes to grave. We go and search ourselves. Do we do New Doria or do we do Sangan? Or do we do another Mystic Tomato? I think we do Sangan. I want to get to the Sinister Serpent a little bit faster. We'll take 900 and search ourselves the Sinister Serpent that we want. We just have discard party, and there's reasons to go for this. Also, it gets the Call of the Haunted. Not more live, but a little bit in a way. Okay, and we get Mirror Force, so that's a fantastic draw. We're going to go ahead, set Sinister Serpent, activate Metamorphosis, sending the Sinister Serpent, special summoning Thousand Eyes Restrict, declare, take his Archfiend Soldier, move it, and attack into his 1900. So that clears his board. Okay, so he Mirror Forces. Alright, fine by me. Yeah, and I think we'll just set our own Mirror Force and pass our turn. If he just attacks, that's fine. I'll take the 1900. I can afford it at this moment. Does he set him on? Sets a back row. Okay. We get Thunder Dragon, so finally the BLS is live. Standby. Let's get ourselves the Sinister Serpent. Quick little +1. Discard the Thunder Dragon to search ourselves 2 more. We will then go ahead and banish a useless Dark that we can't bring back and a Light for BLS. And we're just going to try to swing. So we'll take 4,100 damage, assuming these both go through. And we'll set the Dark Mimic, because why not? We have it normal summoned. Card destruction. I mean, sure. 2 Thunder Dragons and a Sinister Serpent. Like, that's the greatest card destruction for me. You are giving me more advantage. Summons a Archfiend Soldier. Flip the Dark Mimic. I will draw a card. It will go to the graveyard. Get Regeki Break. Pass turn. Draw another one. Another Dark Mimic level 1. Bring the Sinister Serpent back to hand. And we're not going to overthink it. We're just going to try to attack. GG's. Fun deck. You got. Admittedly, you know, I like a nice person trying to run some cool normal stuff. And he already left. Alright, we will do one more match, I think. It's at that weird point where I'm like, just past 30 minutes. Doesn't feel quite long enough with only 2 matches. But, like, if this one goes for 30 minutes, like, if it's another really long match, then, it's going to feel like a long video. But who knows? Maybe you guys are going to get an hour plus today. Only time will tell. But we're 2-0, which means Mystic Tomato, greatest plant of all time. Go let Dionysus know. His channel is Gigavize. You guys can't miss it. I mean, he posts Giga plant content every single day. But he's wrong that Giga plant is the best plant. Alright, he T-sets my opponent. We have Snatch Steal, MST, Graceful Charity, New Doria, and Dark Mimic level 1. I think we'll fire off the Graceful Charity first. Just see what we can get. Getting Book of Moon, Regeki Break, Thunder Dragon. Okay, so those are pretty solid. We'll discard the Book of Moon. And unfortunately, the Thunder Dragon, obviously, isn't the best card here. We want to get our plus. Not the best card to discard, even though it typically is. Um, do we do Dark Mimic level 1 or do we do New Doria? We'll do New Doria. We'll then use Thunder Dragon to get ourselves 2 Thunder Dragons. And we will set MST, set Regeki Break if it wants to stop lagging, and set the Dark Mimic level 1. In draw, don't want to see what this face down is. Okay, it was a Dekoichi, so I'm happy I did that. Sangan would have been the punish. We do have a live BLS next turn if he does another set monster. He summons Breaker. Okay. We chain MST to his Breaker effect, popping Ring of Destruction. Okay, really, really, really nice. Opponent sets a back row and passes. Alright. We get Metamorphosis. Okay, that's really, really cool because we can go ahead after we get Trap Dust Shooted. Of course he takes the BLS. I mean, that goes without saying. Of course he take the BLS here. Shuffle that up. Flip Summon Dark Mimic level 1. Get Torrential Tribute. Activate Metamorphosis for the 1,000 dies. And we will attack. And then we'll set Torrential Tribute and pass our turn. Opponent sets a monster, passes his turn, we draw Mirror Force, let's go right to battle and try to attack this Gravekeeper Spy. There we go. Read him like a book. Well, that's unfortunate because we're going to be walled out for a little bit, and I don't think I want to commit the Mirror Force into a potential heavy storm. But if he's to summon anything, we got the TT for it, which can clear up these spies pretty easily. Opponent sets a monster and a back row. We get another Metamorphosis. I'm thinking I could Tribute for Thunder Dragon and then pop all these, but I don't think that's a play because he can't even flip this monster up right now because of 1,000 dies restrict. So I think that playing it nice and slow and just passing is fine. I don't want to give him the opportunity if that's like a Magician of Faith or a Dekoichi to start drawing cards. We get a BLS now. And we get Trap Dust Shooted again. Special summon the BLS to then put it to defense. Or not put it to defense, to put it top of deck. Give it another shuffle just in case. Sometimes there was an old glitch where if your opponent was still viewing the hand and you shuffled, it would like show the shuffle animation, but it wouldn't actually, so just playing it nice and safe there, and we'll pass our turn. Same situation as before, no need to attack into this face down. Opponent discards his own Thunder Dragon, so he does have a Light and a Dark Engrave now. Are we going to see the old Banish? He only added 1. Does that mean he has another? That's really strange. Why would he only add 1? Because he, like, drew into it. He does go for the Banish. I will Torrential Tribute. Is there a Solemn? Nope, no Solemn. The whole field hits the graveyard. Sangan, okay, so he gets a Sangan search. But he will now be at 4 cards, one, maybe even both of those being Thunder Dragon. And we're going to be drawing into 5 cards, but he does have full information of our hand. So I don't know. Depends on how you look at it. We have one more card. He has all the knowledge. And we know Thunder Dragon plus whatever he adds from Sangan. I would maybe go Koichi, potentially? Magician of Faith. Okay, makes sense. He has not normaled yet, so he can... Another banish? No. He sets almost certainly the Magician of Faith. We get Ring of Destruction. Unfortunately, we can't do anything about this, so we will set Mirror Force. Yeah, okay, he has no Heavy Storm yet. He actually doesn't even have a spell, so if we had a monster we could normal summon, we would be able to just attack that Magician of Faith, assuming it's the Magician of Faith. But I don't know if the Faith was the right call, given the fact that he has no spells at the moment. We get screwed if there's a Heavy Storm. I suppose it's a 2 for 2 anyways. He just passes his turn. We draw Spirit Reaper. Oh my god. Faith's defense is lower than 300, but I need to look this up. It might actually be 300. I know this is like people who play GOAT all the time, but I'm spacing. It's 400. Okay, that's right. We will go ahead then, I think. And do we summon the Spirit Reaper? Yeah, I don't want it to get Nobleman Across outed. So I'm going to summon it and just pass. We can tribute for Thunder Dragon next turn. Still no spells for him to get with this presumed Magician of Faith. Okay, well, now there are. But, yeah, so kind of works out where, like, we make him go use 2 spells to get rid of the Spirit Reaper. He does now have a spell. It wasn't a flip anyways, so the Nobleman Across out wouldn't make him if he had a Spirit Reaper in his deck, it wouldn't do anything. We get Cyberstein. That's pretty powerful here. Yeah, so we're going to go summon Cyberstein. Pay 5,000. For the question is, do we do Dark Balter's great, but honestly it's like he gets Book of Moon or Nobleman back, so I think we go Master of Oz and just go for the big damage here. Hopefully it's not Gravekeeper's Spy. It's the Faith. Okay, so we had that read correctly. Gets back maybe the Book of Moon. Yep. And we'll attack for 4,200. And the reason I did this is because now Ring of Destruction, in theory, is a tie. So if we have to, we can ring our own Master of Oz and get a little game win. Or not game win, game tie. I just noticed, like, Master of Oz has some nasty armpit hair. He banishes for a defense position BLS. He does banish the Master of Oz. That's fine, because we can still do the same tie with the Ring of Destruction. We get Dark Mimic level 3 as a draw. We'll obviously very quickly change that to defense. No need to do anything else, and we will Snatch Steal this BLS. Why did he not Book of Moon it? To attack. I even knew he had Book of Moon. He has Regeki Break. That's fine by me. Okay. And next we will, I think, just set the Dark Mimic level 3 and pass our turn. So, I think we've taken a solid lead here. He does use Nobleman Across out on the Dark Mimic level 3. He sets a back row and passes turn. We draw Sinister Serpent. Pretty solid here. I think we just try to push for some damage with Thunder Dragon. He Book of Moons it. A-okay by me. And here we'll pass our turn. We have Ring, Mirror Force to protect this. We can even metamorphose it for a Dark Balter if he's to set a monster right now. BLS is gone. I suppose Premature Burial is live. Okay, so he sets a monster. We get Zaborg. Okay, so it's even easier. Tribute for the Zaborg. And that should be GG's. Alright. So, what do we want to bring in here? I think Mind Control seems pretty good. Book of Moon doesn't seem fantastic. I kind of like Chaos Command Magician over, like, I don't know, 1 Dark Mimic. I think I like 2 Dark Mimic more than 3, but it's also a pretty nice card to see more frequently. Alright, and Spies are fine. I don't know. What do we want to take out? He had a lot of chainables, so maybe the Heavy Storm. I don't know. Maybe that's a bad call. But we saw Regeki Breaks. We saw Book of Moons. Opening hand, call the Haunted Snatch, Steel, Reaper, Thunder Dragon, Premature Burial. Opponent starts with an Upstart Goblin. I'm not even going to say what I think about that. You guys know what I think about that. If you follow me enough, you know that 1,000 things for me, 1 for him. I guess I said it anyways, but no. It is a good card. It's obviously a good card. There's a reason that, was it Patrick Hoban back in the day started running it at 3, and that kind of changed the game. Alright, and I was thinking, like, we don't really have a way to deal with this set monster, but we draw Mind Control, which is why we bring it in. So, flip Night Assailant. Unfortunately, I mean, we can flip it, obviously. And I think here, I mean, we'll summon Spirit Reaper first. And just try to attack for 300. See if we can rip a card out of my opponent's hand. Declare. Hit this card. Hitting a Heavy Storm. That's a really, really nice hit. Okay. Unfortunately, main phase 2. Discard the Thunder Dragon. Getting us 2 more Thunder Dragons. And we will obviously be flip summoning the Night Assailant just so it can't get its effect against our Spirit Reaper next turn. And I don't think there's a need to... we could set call, but I don't think we're going to. Well, Heavy Storm's gone. We have Premature Burial, so we'll set the call. Who knows, it might come in handy. And pass our turn. He end phase MSTs the call. That's fine, because I'd rather him end phase and hit the call than the Premature Burial when I need to use that, or the Snatch Steal. So... solid for me, I believe. He sets a couple of back row and passes. We draw Pot of Greed. Okay, so we'll show our hand. He Trap Dust shoots us. Obviously, going to hit a Thunder Dragon. Because that's the only card he can hit. We will shuffle. I mean, we're actually just going to then discard the Thunder Dragon and search that other Thunder Dragon. Before we then Pot of Greed. Getting Tsukiyomi and Delinquent Duo. I mean, we're just playing with fire here. He paid for our Delinquent Duo with that Upstart Goblin, getting a Nobleman of Crossout and a Magician of Faith out of his hand. I think here, what we do is summon Tsukiyomi, set the Spirit Reaper, and try to attack over this Night Assailant. We do get that to go through, and we'll then pass our turn. Maybe, actually no, I was going to say, should have set one of these. He knows about them. He has Thunder Dragon of his own, so he will then search himself a couple of Thunder Dragons, which we can then just rip out of his hand, actually. We get Mirror Force. Yeah, I mean, I think the play here is just pretty simple. We just attack with the Spirit Reaper. Getting the Thunder Dragon out. Main phase 2, set Mirror Force, pass our turn. He Regeki Breaks. Discarding, so I mean, he's at 0 cards. We get Breaker. Oh my goodness. I mean, we're just getting exactly what we need. Summon the Breaker. Yeah, I don't think he was very happy about that. I mean, but I think we played that pretty well. 3 match wins. Guys, I'm the greatest player alive. Actually, I shouldn't say that. One, I know I'm not the greatest player alive. Secondly, though, it's not that I'm the greatest player. It's that Mystic Tomato's the greatest plant to ever exist. And it's undisputed. It went 3-0 against some mediocre decks. The third one seemed okay. But yeah, if you guys like this video, then leave a like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz. Make sure you go to Dionysus' channel. It is Gigavize on YouTube. He, again, posts really, really great content in Edison format playing the Gigaplant deck. But you have to go and comment and tell him that I sent you and tell him that Mystic Tomato is the best plant to ever exist. If you don't do that, then you're doing something wrong. But thank you for clicking on this video today. I am the Yu-Gi-Oh! Scrub. Goodbye.